their best field goal percentage against teams last season, 42.6%.
That's just under 43% in my book.
0.6.
Yeah.
You know what, Ernie? What I like about that team, everyone from the 2 to the 4 position has quickness, speed, allows them to just switch all over the court. And when they go small, they're unbeatable, Ernie.
And, of course, you got
on the road looking for a win against a Western Conference rival. The San Antonio Spurs are ready for this thing to get started. It's what you've been waiting for. 2K Sports and the NBA present our Wednesday afternoon affair. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. And it's going to be the Spurs off the tip. We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the floor for San Antonio, defensive minded.
Oh, wow. That's a beautiful jam. Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slant.
Great sequence for them defensively and Clark offensively.
Well, one usually leads to the other, Kevin. That's just good, aggressive, attacking basketball at both ends.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. And you think about Stephen Curry, clearly one of the greatest shooters the league has ever seen. Clark, I think you could make a case that he's the best off-the-dribble three-point shooter in league history. What do you think?
I think he's the best total shot maker shooter we've had in the league. You look at all aspects of shooting. I don't know if anybody's ever been better.
About a minute played so far here in the first. To the paint. It's stolen by Bogut. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
Spurs ball.
San Antonio with the ball. Parker kicks to Duncan. And it's good, and the assist by Parker. Parker's got 3 assists in the game. Warriors have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's Green, and he goes in for the dunk.
And not the prototype power forward, but he has tremendous athletic ability.
Parker passes to Aldridge from down low. Looks a big high bounce and goes in. Aldridge has got his first. Points in this one.
Lights out here, right out of the gate. Perfect 4-4 from the floor.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. They get it again.
Not a problem when that's your first miss of the game. Strong start.
Here's Thompson. Can't get it to go. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. And the wide open shot from Green. It's good from long range. Green's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Warriors have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Thompson. And it's Thompson again missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they? And the Spurs, being the defending champions out west, heading into last year, but they would end up 6th in the conference with a record of 55-27, had a record of 32-20 against the rest of the West.
Golden State moving it around. Here's Barnes.
And how about the interior defense here early on? They have really shut down the middle.
And that's always your first priority defensively, Greg, and I think they're doing a nice job. They have got to put a body on it, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
Well, we knew the West was going to be wild and very competitive all season long last year, and the Spurs, Clark, epitomized just how crazy and tough things can be there.
Yeah, and with about 3 weeks left in the season, the Spurs were sitting in the 7th playoff spot. Then they go on a tear and win 11 games in a row to jump to number 2. Finally lose 1 game, and they're all the way back to 6.
Thompson inside the line, and there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
And here's Leonard from 3. Here's Duncan. Makes it off the glass. Duncan's got 6 points.
And you know what? He doesn't mind getting his hands dirty when it comes to really fighting on the backboard.
And Andrew Bogut, the bucket on the assist by Barnes.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today. Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness. They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Thompson for the triple. It's rebounded by Aldridge.
And guys, remember LaMarcus Aldridge last January suffering a torn ligament in his thumb, scheduled to undergo surgery and miss 2 months of the season. But he opted to tough it out and keep playing. And boy, how big was that for the Blazers?
And Aldridge postponing that thumb injury surgery, even though they said it might double his eventual recovery time.
Yeah, I think it's pretty admirable that he was out there because he wasn't just playing in pain. He was playing hurt. That shows you his commitment to winning.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Spates checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Barnes. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Curry. Can they get it? They get it back. Green. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Spurs.
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
You know, it also hasn't taken them long to make their mark in the paint. I mean, they're doing a lot of their scoring from in there.
Here's Iguodala. Not enough on that one as it misses.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Rebound, San Antonio. And now running it up the court. Martin pushing it up. Tries again, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
San Antonio shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
And the Warriors making a change here. Azili's checked in. Iguodala gets the bucket.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
Spurs leading by 8. Outside, Martin. Down low. West gets the bucket.
It's taken them no time to build this lead up. Great first quarter offensively.
But no time to relax here. They've got to keep the pressure on with the defense, and I think they've got to try to put this one away early.
Here is Livingston. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game.
Not the guy you want to send to the line, Kevin.
The Spurs have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. Free throw good, Martin.
Kevin Martin. 2.
He hits both from the stripe. Eight seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Spates. Here's Azili. West with some nice D. And LaMarcus Aldridge, the franchise player on this team, without question. He talked about the...
In every aspect, you know,
break, does that acceptance come with putting a whole lot more pressure on yourself? And if so, what does that do to LaMarcus Aldridge's game?
And, you know, Kevin, that's what's going to be so interesting to find out. Some players, you know, they really relish in that situation. They rise to that occasion. And others, I don't want to say they wilt under the pressure, but they're just not comfortable in that environment. And in the NBA, you get to do it on TV and in front of thousands in person.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And, you know, the Spurs have been rolling right along, haven't they?
A lot of times, the team that owns the paint is going to come away with the victory, and that's what they've done here thus far.
Yeah, why change the plan until they make you? And that's where they should continue to attack moving forward, going inside.
On the court right now for the Spurs, Mills and Manu at the guards. Green out there with Boris Diaw, and it's Aldridge in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
And one thing that everybody loves about Coach Pop is his frankness. You get a taste of it in interviews, but he's as honest and straightforward with you as he is with anybody else.
Second quarter, and we're just over a minute in. Curry outside, and it's sent back by Aldridge. Here's Ezeli. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Ezeli's got his first points of the game.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice.
They can't guard us on the perimeter. Spread the floor and isolate up top. Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Always praised for his terrific shooting. His rebounding, as we know, Greg, has always been fantastic. Over the past 2 seasons, he's averaged double-digit boards.
And that's why so many teams wanted him in this last free agency period. His ability to put points on the board as well as clean the boards. What a deadly combination.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Andrew Bogut. He's checked in for Ezeli. Draymond Green comes in for Andre Iguodala. Lance Thompson in for Ian Clark. They get it back. Barnes can't get it to go.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
You know, on the topic of Aldridge's rebounding, I mean, he doesn't do it by banging people around. He does it with positioning, timing, and length. And you can say that about most of his game. Quietly, effective, and impactful.
From deep. But he stays with it. The drive by Green. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And they are trying to put the hammer down, attacking the rim whenever they can. And guys, going back to Aldridge, last season was a difficult one for him. He had the torn ligament in his left thumb, but still fought through it to become the Blazers' all-time leader in rebound.
Kyle Anderson, he's checked in for LaMarcus Aldridge. The 3 from Anderson. It's rebounded by Golden State. And now in transition, it's Barnes. Here we go. And Parker with the block. And the Spurs pushing it up now. Pull-up jumper. And there's the bucket as Green finishes it off. Green's got the lead up to 14 now for the Spurs. The Warriors have gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. And Curry, here we go. It's stolen by Duncan. Jumps up, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Timeout called the Warriors.
Well, you know that Kawhi Leonard has an incredible reach with his arms, but even his hands are just massive, measured at 10 inches long and 11 inches wide. Wow.
And the Warriors making a change here. Rush is checked in. Warriors trail by 16. Well, to give some perspective on Leonard's hand size that Greg was talking about, Clark, those measurements, 11 by 10, are what you typically would find on 7-footers. Well, this kid's 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah, and I'm 6'9", and I'm about 9 by 7, okay?
Huh.
So that just lets you know.
Wow.
The only other hands comparable to that, Dr. J.
Ooh, that's huge.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
And, you know, he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Boy, that was a thing of beauty by Parker.
The Warriors have gone 5 of 12 from the field here in the second. 18 feet out. Thompson misses.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady with their work on the interior. Really a well-rounded effort overall. And he is the ultimate when it comes to being a floor leader on the offensive end.
Yeah, you know, he's got a little bit of Greg Anthony in it. He has been that leader today. I think he's done a really nice job of moving the ball and distributing it the way it needs to be done.
Yeah, well, Clark, I'm glad you referenced specifically why you thought he had a little Greg Anthony. I thought you were talking about my knees, my man, 'cause he looked a little hobbled out there for a moment.
The Spurs making a switch here. West is checked in. What a year for the Warriors. Clark won their division for the first time in 39 years, ran away with the very tough Western Conference.
And there were a number of surprises last season, Kevin, but the Warriors were at the top of the list. I mean, I don't think anybody, including you and I, pegged them to be as good as they were.
Especially the way the finals began.
Exactly.
Got that bucket in no time at all. And that's 11 points for Draymond Green.
Only took them a few seconds to answer the three ball with one of their own.
Greg, we've got a three-point battle taking shape here.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Here's Curry. The second chance effort. No good from Bogut. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And the Warriors with a completely new 5 on the floor. Then for the Spurs, Ginobili comes in for Leonard. And it's Mills in for Tony Parker. The Spurs making a switch here. Diaz checked in. And again, no good by Golden State. Spurs leading by 18. Here's Mills. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Golden State's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
Iguodala with the bucket.
That is some real serious dime dropping there. Exquisite assist.
Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, it makes it tough for the defense to chase that ball around when it moves that crisply all over the court.
Yeah, everybody's touching it as you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
Well, Marcus Aldridge, he's checked in for San Antonio. Warriors trail by 14. Here's Livingston. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Livingston's got his first points in this one. To the middle. Here's Diaw. And he can't stop the run as he misses. Here's Ezeli. Offensive rebound.
Space.
And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
And so that's the end of the first half. Spurs lead.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach Pop.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Ernie Johnson along with Kenny the Jet Smith. It's San Antonio out on top at halftime. They lead by 10. Your opinion, Shaq?
Well, Ernie, Kenny, the offense was running really well. And their shooting percentage was outstanding. And it wasn't just luck. It's because the offense never allowed the...
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game is a...
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. One guy who's been getting it done is Danny Green.
Boy, did he put on a show from beyond in that first half. Let's see if the halftime break has any cooling effect on him.
Well, I tell you what, we'll soon find out, because I guarantee they're going to keep feeding it to him behind the arc until he does cool off.
Barnes and Green are the forward set. The Splash Brothers are the guards. And it's Bogut in at the center position. That's Steve Kerr's 5 as we get into the second half. And the rebound goes to Duncan. San Antonio leading by 8. Here's Leonard. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it. Can't be any surprise to you that Tim Duncan, folks, last year became the leading rebounder of all active players, passed up Kevin Garnett for that honorable distinction. We're talking 15,000 rebounds total over 18 seasons.
Well, getting back to Duncan's rebounding, he's always had the great size and wingspan and timing, and he really positions himself well for those rebounds. But what seems to separate him is his quiet toughness. He'll never back down.
Yeah, it's hard. You know, he's not a guy that's going to yell or pump his fist. He's not going to flex his muscles to the crowd. He just silently assassinates you
well said.
out on the floor.
You're right. You're so right.
Sublime stuff, guys. Absolutely sublime.
Clark, he's going to start putting on a show now.
And that's usually how it goes. Once they get that lead, it's almost like they give him free reign.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. Timeout called the Warriors. And, of course, Tony Parker. So big for San Antonio in those championship runs. But word on the street was that Spurs coach Greg Popovich didn't always go easy on Tony. He really pushed him to the limit.
Yeah, you know, it started back when Tony was invited to the Spurs summer camp before the 2001 draft. One of the scouts was really physical with Tony, really gave him a hard time, and that was really the start of his maturation process in learning to deal with the NBA.
Spurs making a switch here. Warriors trail by 10.
And, you know, getting back to Popovich's relationship with Tony Parker, Pop made the decision to draft Parker. So he obviously saw something. But Pop's a perfectionist, and if you're going to play point guard for him, you've got to deliver consistently.
Now off the inbound, and there's the nice layup by Barnes. Barnes has got 4 points in the quarter.
And talking about Tony Parker, Pop's tough love with him really paid off. Tony eventually became incredibly consistent, culminating with him being named the Finals MVP back in 07. The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And there's Green on the assist by Parker. Green's got 17.
He's been one of their more reliable options today, guys. I mean, his shooting has led them to this lead.
Wasted no time on that one. 12 points for Klay Thompson.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
Parker drives in, and yes, sir, that one drops.
Another gap in the defense found there, and they've really had their number today.
They double-team Curry. Here's Bogut, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling. Another pass put right into the shooter's pocket, right in the shooting pocket for a terrific assist. They've done a lot of that today.
And it's something we haven't seen much of at the opposite end. of the floor.
Thompson dishes to Bogut. That's tipped.
It just hasn't been a very good day for him, guys. They need him to start burying some of those.
And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And Kevin, I got to tell you, he's probably fortunate to just get a flagrant one there. I mean, so much contact. The officials easily could have gone even harder on him.
Greg, I agree. He better be on his best behavior from now on. One more flagrant of any variety, and he's out of here. Good on both. This season, Clark, the Spurs kept on winning as usual. They passed the Lakers, in fact, for the best winning percentage all time for a franchise.
Well, some of that has to do with the struggles the Lakers had last season, but more of it is credit to the Spurs. Consistency and high-quality play has been who they are and have been for 2 decades.
And again, no good by Golden State. Spurs leading by 15 out to the right wing. Here's Mills. No luck. Great D that time from Green. Here's Clark. West with the block. In transition, here come the Spurs. Green with the ball and finished off by Anderson.
That's a terrific sequence at both ends of the floor. They block the shot and recover it for the fast break finish.
Here's Clark. Offensive rebound to halt the run, and that one's good. Barnes has got 6 in the quarter.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
Knocks it loose and stolen by Aldridge. They swipe it. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Rush. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Rush has got his first bucket in this one. San Antonio's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. There's the dish to Green. Got a piece of it. 1:43 left here in the third quarter. Curry's shot is off. Spurs leading by 13 for the finish, and Green slams it in.
Tacks a few more points onto their lead with the tomahawk.
That's bringing it down hard. Clark,
yes,
bringing it down hard,
yes,
my brother.
Yes,
Symbolic there as well of the effort here tonight.
Now a timeout called by Golden State.
Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
I would certainly think so. I mean, if they keep giving up those kinds of easy looks inside, they'll be in big trouble.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Spates checked in for Green. Azili comes in for Harrison Barnes. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Brandon Rush. And it's Livingston in for Curry. When you think about Sean Livingston, you think about the career that might have been an absolute rising star after being taken Clark 4th back in the 2004 draft.
Kevin, he was averaging over 5 assists a game as a teenager, and his shot was improving every year. Then the devastating knee injury. Just great to see him back playing basketball.
Leandro Barbosa. He's checked in for Golden State. Livingston kicks to Azili. And Ginobili with a clear path to the rack.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
And a fast break now for the Spurs. And finished off by Martin.
And Clark, that's really deflating for a team to cough up the ball and have it turn into points immediately on the other end.
You know, Greg, it feels like giving up 2 baskets, the one you didn't get, and then the one you allow the opponent to get. 3 straight hoops in transition now. They'll want to end that trend in a hurry.
Yeah, no excuse for giving up the easy fast break baskets like they have. They've got to do a better job of engaging there.
Here's Spates. Solid shot from the distance of about 14 feet. Spates has got his second bucket of the game to go.
And getting back to Livingston, he's had comeback after comeback. I mean, each time he'd start to flash those unbelievable movement skills, he'd get injured again. It's a shame because he was on the path to becoming one of the game's great young point guards.
Here's Iguodala. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Here's Martin. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Iguodala kicks to Azili. The shot's good on the assist by Iguodala. Ezeli's got his third basket of the night.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's the Spurs running away with it. It's the NBA on. Welcome back as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Here's Parker. On the court for San Antonio. The ageless ones, Diaw and Duncan, are down low. Tony Parker is out there with Martin. And it's Leonard in at the three.
Let's go.
And here are the Warriors now. Here's Curry. It's good from the top of the key. Curry's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for the Warriors. Spurs leading by 19. Right side, Leonard. Puts it up from 17, and the jumper is good.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assist. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Here's Bogut, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
Plain one-hand flush. I love it.
Clark, I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going with the spike.
Yeah, the one hand lets you get up higher.
No doubt about it. At least it looks like that from this angle.
Curry with it. He's picked up by Parker. It's Iguodala with the drive. And the shot no good, a bit short. And so it's San Antonio with it. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead.
And they've looked terrific in transition today. That's had a lot to do with their success.
Boy, it certainly has. I mean, they've done a really good job recognizing anytime they've had the numbers advantage, and then they've taken advantage. We've seen it time and time again here.
And again, San Antonio running the court in transition, and then Leonard with the dunk.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Here's Green, and a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. 13 points for Draymond Green. And guys, Tim Duncan still dominant after 18 years. You know, he's reshaped his body. He has gotten a brand new diet, which he says has had a huge benefit. We saw in the playoffs last year, Greg, I think, you know, he probably was one of the top 5 overall performers in last year's playoffs.
No doubt about it. We continue to write this guy off, Kevin, and he just continues to defy Father Time. I mean, there was a point where he was starting to feel the wear and tear, especially in his knees, but being the competitor he is, he decided to dictate to his body rather than letting his body dictate to him.
Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Andre Iguodala. Then for the Spurs, Aldridge comes in for Boris Diaw, and it's Green in for Martin. San Antonio leading by 21. Parker kicks to Aldridge. Inside, Duncan, and down it goes. Dunk through off a wonderful assist.
Well, what a smart pass that time by Aldridge.
The Warriors have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Thompson misses.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in control of this game.
And no doubt about it, rebounding is an effort stat, folks. They've been more determined than their opponent thus far.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Andrew Bogut. That's his first foul. And the Warriors with some changes. Anderson Varejau's checked in for Bogut. Rush comes in for Barnes. And Ian Clark subbed in for Curry. And Anderson gets it to go.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
Fourth quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Here's Marjanovic. The Warriors pull it in.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Not his best moment. Obviously, no one on their team's happy right now, but you shouldn't be taking that frustration out on your opponent with a poor foul.
And just a step ahead of the D in that possession there, making the pass. Nice assist.
Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities. Well, he knew how many inches he had over the guy. I mean, let's face it, good decision to just rise up and take the jump shot. And a sharp pass to set up that high percentage shot in close.
We've played just over 3.5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Spates the pass to Varejao, and it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Golden State will retain possession. Draymond Green, he's checked in for the Warriors. West is checked in for San Antonio. Mills comes in for Andre Miller. Here's Spates. Puts it up. Off the inbound. Cannot hit. West with some nice D. The 3 from Anderson. No good. And Golden State will come the other way. And the call will be against LaMarcus Aldridge. That's foul number 2 for him. And some changes here for the Warriors. Ezeli comes in for Draymond Green. And it's Barbosa in for Ian Clark. Boris Diaz checked in for San Antonio. Ginobili comes in for Daniel Green. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here.
San Antonio foul call.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for San Antonio.
They really haven't backed away from running and gunning at any point, but their legs still look fresh.
Another part of their game that's made a difference tonight is all the second chance points they've been able to get.
And that kind of sums up the defensive effort we've seen here tonight, guys.
It's deflected, but they'll get another chance. Livingston. And the Warriors get it back. And it goes out of bounds. That one off West.
Warriors ball. 2 points, Bulldogs.
1:46 left in the fourth quarter. Ezeli can't get it to go. San Antonio's gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Ginobili gets the bucket.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
Really left alone that time. Livingston's got 5 points now this quarter.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
To the inside, here's Diaw. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. Ginobili's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Spurs.
Clark, their shot blocking turned out to give them a big advantage in this game.
Well, they were disciplined and focused, I thought, all game long, Kevin. Excellent defense around the rim.
A fantastic show. And what an amazing all-around game it was for Kawhi Leonard. He was everywhere defensively. Offensively, the effort we saw from him tonight, I think, was the difference.
The finish, a huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a 1-footer. Come on now.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Spurs will take it.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Here's San Antonio now. And Mills kicks it to West, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And you can hear the disappointment in the crowd tonight, but we saw a team that was just ready to do battle in this arena. They clearly wanted this road win.
Crystal clearly. They came in here determined to steal this game, Greg. Their effort level, I thought, was outstanding, and they just took care of business.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Too little, too late. They may as well just let the clock run and save their energy for another day.
Clark, you know, sometimes frustration just shows through in a game like this, and I think that's what we're seeing right now.
Pull-up jumper. West with the block. It's tipped. Rush dishes to Livingston. Finished off the break.
How about the quick hands on the steal and the quick feet on the break?
Yeah, a careless, silly mistake there, though. I mean, coughing the ball up and then not being quick enough to get back on defense, that's costly.
Just look at how quickly the lead has grown here over the last few possessions.
Clear case here, partner, of saving their best for last. Quite a run.
And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
Sure can, because they've earned the win.
Anderson passes to West. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
That one was solid. There's a big difference in the field goal percentages between these two teams here in the second half.
And, Greg, that difference has come about because we've got one team moving crisply, getting good shots, and the other is just kind of stagnant.
Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Well-executed possession. They controlled the shot. Nicely done.
And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. This crowd was stunned.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game.
Thanks for watching. This is a 1v1. I was Spurs. My cousin was freaking Golden State. You know, took that dope. You know, he's pretty embarrassed right now. But yeah.
And folks, that'll
like, subscribe.
We hope you enjoyed the game. For Shaquille O'Neal,
till next time.
Kenny the Jet, Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Have a good evening.